Hey everybody, it's Paul Hunter here. I am in Custer, South Dakota. It is in the middle of the Black Hills, 5,300 feet elevation. I'm in front of the old courthouse, but you can see the town is hopping today on this Memorial Day. It's a great spot in the central Black Hills for all the things you do, Mount Rushmore, everything else. But I'm going to take you to someplace a lot quieter. We're headed for the Summit Ridge Lookout Cabin way up in the Black Hills. Let's go. Welcome to the Summit Ridge Lookout Cabin. This is up on a 6,000-foot mountain in the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota. This is an old Civilian Conservation Corps cabin built in 1942. And the Forest Service has done a really cool thing. They've opened this up to the public so that you can come up here and book it and stay. It is a beautiful spot up in the Ponderosa Pines here. You can see them just towering over the cabin, and they're all around. And it's got pretty basic facilities, okay? There's the outhouse, if you will. It's not elegant, but it works. It's decent. Good fire pit, really great picnic table and yard to hang out in. The view is stunning. There's the road that comes up here. It's at the end of a long Forest Service road. And there is the fire tower. This thing was built again in 1942. It was staffed fully until 1972. And you can't go up there. It's fenced off and there's video monitoring, so don't do that. Respect that if you're coming out here. But the coolest thing about this place is, look how beautiful and look how quiet. So here's the cabin. Let's go take a look inside. It's got a nice cement walkway up to the front between the pine trees. Look at this front stoop. I love this. The stonework for the CCC. And then here's the cabin. This is the real deal. Look at the logs they put into this thing. Just a beautiful cabin. Some kind of a garage over here. I don't know what they used to keep in here, but now it's housing. And here's the sign. You can see the history of this place. I'll leave it here if you want to take a look for a second. I'll also post a picture. Summit Ridge Lookout. Beautiful spot. All right, let's go in the front door. So here's the cabin. It's pretty basic, folks. You have to be a certain kind of person to want to stay here. There is no running water, okay? There is a sink. The drain doesn't work anymore. That used to be a hand pump well. That also doesn't work. It's pretty basic. It's got your cabinetry. This propane stove does have an attachment outside. So if you bring your own propane, you can actually run that in the oven. It's got the countertop, which is decent. You can see, good work surface. There's the kitchen table right between two windows, a south and a west window. So it's a really nice view out here. All right, we'll go around. There's the front door again. There's this, the other window. So here's, I guess, what you would call the living room area. There's a nice wood stove. This thing cranks, no doubt. I'm not using it this trip because it's too warm. It's been in the 70s here during the day and 50s at night, so this place would be 100 degrees like a sauna if I fired that thing up. It's got a nice box of firewood. People seem to keep it well stocked. And then you go into this other room, which looks like it was an old garage. They probably put some kind of a vehicle in here. And look at the old cement floor. It's really echoey in here too, but this is a pretty cool room. It's big and deep, like a one-car garage. It's got the cool wood ceiling and windows, and they put another bunk in here. So you got a big bunk on the bottom and a smaller bunk on the top. Now we go into the master bedroom. It's got bunks here, bigger bunk on the bottom side, nothing fancy, but if you bring a nice air mattress like I did, it's a pretty comfortable night's sleep. So if you had a family, you could certainly sleep 3 or 4 in here. Here's the windows again. Nice views outside. Very nice spot. One thing that's sort of cool here is they put in a little solar system. So there are actually lights that work. They got a couple of small solar cells up on the roof, and it's enough to charge these so that they run for most of the night. There's one in each room. part of the adventure here near Custer in Custer State Park. I'm in the middle of a hellacious hailstorm. We've had some large hail with this. Golf ball size at least. You can see some of the chunks on the ground. And a lot of marble size hail. Welcome to summer vacation. First night at the Summit Ridge Lookout Cabin. It is beautiful. The wind has calmed down. We had a thunderstorm today. It's about 65 degrees. It's cooled off a little. And the fire is lovely. Sunset was absolutely stunning. You can see the twilight in the sky still. And that is Venus, bright up on the left side. Just lovely with the twilight. See if I can focus in on it a little. There we go. And then up to the left toward the south, we have a gorgeous waxing gibbous moon. Talk about a nice place to sit and have a fire. I had a great fire here last night. This is the fire pit. It's got the standard fire ring. There was some wood here. Some of it's wet. I brought my own. They got some chairs so you can put them around the fire. Really nice picnic table over here too. Big, sturdy. This thing's hardwired into the ground so you can't move it around. And here's your facilities. Again, it is not elegant. But this is actually a concrete build. It's got the big vent pipe. They've got an air freshener in there. It's really decent, I must say. And good storm shelter, by the way, since it's made out of concrete. And again, this is what you came for. Beautiful views here. This land is beautiful. I'm just probably a half a mile away from the cabin. And beautiful, I think it's ponderosa pine, maybe some black spruce. One of the things that's cool up here, the Black Hills, is there are just fields of wildflowers. These daisies are everywhere. They're all over the place. It's been a wet spring, so these things have been doing pretty well, I'm sure. It's late May. I'm guessing it happens most years. Beautiful spot. There's also a bunch of wild iris. Absolutely stunning. You turn around here. And look where I am. I am right on the Wyoming state line. It's the border between South Dakota and Wyoming. Beautiful spot. Not hunting today, so I'll respect the property rights and not walk in there. But this is gorgeous. So here's an area where you can see visible signs of climate change in the Black Hills. Like a lot of the West, we've had a lot of trees die in the mountains of the West. You can see the healthy forest over there, and then you can see what's happened here. Look at this entire sweeping mountainside with the trees that are gone. In fact, you can see all those sticks laying on the hills over there. All those trees are down. So either one of two things happened. A big fire came through here, or more likely, these trees were affected by disease, by pests that bored in and bored holes. And you can see the Forest Service probably came through and cut these trees down because they died standing, so they were a big hazard. And you can see what's left. But it looks like they also came back and planted all these new seedlings. These things look like they're probably, what, 4 or 5 years old? So they're trying to reestablish the forest here. But as we stand on the western edge of South Dakota in the Black Hills looking into Wyoming, you can see the visible signs here of climate change. So that's it from the Summit Ridge Lookout Cabin up in the Black Hills. This place is a pretty nice place to get away to. It's basic, it's rustic, it's not a 5-star hotel, but if you don't mind roughing it, handling your own water, this is a great place to get off the grid and enjoy life for a little while. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like it if you do. Have a great day.